The Guru's instruction is, Bahar dhundat, bahut dukh paave. Anyone who searches for this thing outside is going to fail. So when you look up, the Guru, I believe, will tell you, you're looking in the wrong place. When you look down, you're looking in the wrong place. When you look within, that's where you need to find it.
Namaste, World Raisers. Sabine and Roger here. Let's watch What is God? Does God Exist? By Nanak Naam.
Yeah, this is another brand new teacher on this channel, and we have never watched him. We don't know anything about him, other than we believe he's a Sikh teacher. So really looking forward to this. Let's see what he has to say about God.
The question is, I personally choose not to use the word God. How does my interpretation of Gurbani interpret words like Vaheguru? To me, all of these words are trying to give attributes to something that cannot be spoken of. Yeah? The word Wah just means wow. Guru means enlightener. Wow, enlightener. Is that a name of God, or is that an expression of somebody who is experiencing this oneness? The word Ram, that which is immersed, Ramya hoya, that which is immersed in everything. Hari, Har, that which is blossoming everywhere. Par Brahm, that supreme being. None of these are actually names, they're just pointers. Because Guru Gobind Singh Ji in Jap Sahib clarifies that whatever this thing is aname, really has no real name. So when you think like that, then any word that you use, if it works for you to get you into that understanding of connectedness with this, whatever this is, this oneness, call it God, call it universe, call it life, I call it aliveness, life energy. Whatever word brings you back to that understanding is a good word for you. For me, the word God doesn't do that for me. Does that make sense? The word doesn't do that for me. I find universe to be a better word because I think this stuff. My mind goes outwards. It doesn't think that guy. With that understanding, is it fair to assume that Sikhism is not a theistic faith? If we say it's not theistic, then it becomes atheistic. As in, theism is the idea that there is some deity, some beingness. Most people translate the Sikh tradition as being monotheistic, single God, single theism, single being. I don't actually see it as monotheistic. I see it as panentheistic, which is not that there is some God sitting in the clouds with a white beard in the sky, but really everything is sacred. Whatever this thing is within me and all around me, as according to the Guru, as according to a Shabad that we've seen earlier today.
So in Japji Sahib, you start from God as one, Ek Onkar.
I don't.
So how does that go? Like, the first word what we say is
Yes.
Ek Onkar. So what does that mean? By saying, when you say there is no God,
Yes.
like it is all universe.
Yes.
So how that Guru Nanak Dev Ji, by saying Ek Onkar, means?
Guru Nanak Dev Ji says Ek Onkar. Guru Nanak Dev Ji does not say there is one God. He says Ek Onkar.
Okay.
Ek Onkar does not mean there is one God. Because the word God isn't in that statement. There's Ik, which we know means one, and then there's Onkar, which doesn't mean God. Onkar means an unfolding vibrational entity, an infinite unfolding. Onkar is this constantly changing, molding entity. It doesn't even say it's an entity, because Purkh doesn't come until the third word. Ek Onkar, Satnam, Karta Purkh, a being. That doesn't even come in until then. First, Guru Nanak Dev Ji says there's oneness and it is constantly unfolding. It's constantly oscillating. It's infinite. Onkar. It's just infinitely molding and moving and vibrating. One infinite vibration. Ik Onkar. Look how different that is to there is one God. Yeah? Remember who the people are that translated this stuff for us. The definition Ik Onkar, there is one God, is not a Sikh translation. The first people who came to translate this stuff were the European missionaries who came into India and they said, what is this Ik Onkar business? And whoever tried to explain it to them, they said, oh, that sounds a bit like our thing. We've got this thing called God. Ik Onkar, one God. Okay, there is one God. And the Sikh community was not educated well enough in English back then to be able to challenge that. So they said, okay, if you say there is one God, then that's what Ik Onkar must mean, there is one God. And 250 years we're still stuck with that definition. It's time for us to take ownership of our own definitions. We've learned English now. We're able to push back a little bit. Great question. Why is it difficult for me to say there is one God? Because when you say God, what image comes in your mind? For most people, the image that comes in their mind is a male figure that's older than them and sits in the cloud somewhere. The word has, I have an issue with it. The word is not wrong. I have an issue with it. And I feel most people have the standard definition because when you have the conversation with other people of other traditions, what definition are they using? Because if you borrow other people's terminology, you also inherit their understanding. So we might have these amazing interfaith discussions and everybody's saying, yeah, we're all talking about the same God. No, we're not. And I'm not trying to say the Sikhs are like this and the Hindus are like this and the Christians. I don't care. I don't want to make those divisions. I'm not trying to do that. But I'm not going to use a word that doesn't belong to the Guru's tradition. The Guru doesn't use a word like God. Why am I going to use a word like God? When you use a word like God, you inherit the understanding of that God. And to me, that God is not what Ik Onkar means.
You are comfortable with Rab.
Yeah. But what we've done, Punjabis are very clever. What we've done is every word, even in our mind, even if we don't use the word God, we think of that same God. Rab jane, God knows. Yeah? God knows, right? Same thing. Vaheguru. When you talk about Vaheguru janda. Kithe? Uppar wala. Where does this idea of Uppar wala come from? In Punjabi, we're very comfortable with the word Uppar wala. Right? Hindi, we use it as well, right? But Gurbani is saying, no, there's no Uppar wala, there's Andar wala. The one that's inside, not the one that's up there. So when you say God or Rab or Paramatma or Vaheguru, you put your hands together and you look up. Right? God. Why? Because we've been colonialized. The Guru has an instruction. The Guru's instruction is Bahar Dhoondat Bahut Dukh Paave. Anyone who searches for this thing outside is going to fail. So when you look up, the Guru, I believe, will tell you you're looking in the wrong place. When you look down, you're looking in the wrong place. When you look within, that's where you need to find it. As soon as you look outside, what you do is you convince yourself that whatever this God thing is something outside, is greater than me, is beyond me. But it's not, it's in you, it's part of you. And the Guru's instruction to us, as I've understood it, and I really like your question there, because you've made it very clear, everything that I'm saying is not the truth. Everything that I'm saying is my interpretation. And thank you for clarifying that, because I say that quite a lot myself as well. Nothing that I say is correct. Please assume everything that I say is wrong. Assume that. Because it means that you'll go away and you'll say, I think I like what he says, but he might be wrong. Let me go and check. Get your own understanding. I am not here to be your teacher. I am not a teacher. Why? Because I'm a Sikh. I'm just another student. And we never graduate because we have a teacher. The Guru is the teacher. I cannot be your teacher. I can simply be another student that says, hey, you know what the Guru says? This is how I understand it. I can only ever give you my interpretation. So everything I say could be wrong. Please assume it's wrong so that you go away and you understand it. And then you come back and you tell me, hey, you're wrong there. I say, oh, thanks very much, because I'm willing to learn. Hi, thanks for watching, and I hope you're enjoying our videos. Nanak Naam is all about simplifying the life-changing wisdom of Guru Nanak Dev Ji and making it freely available to everyone through online videos, podcasts, booklets and courses.
Nice.
Bravo. Bravo. Wow, this was probably one of my favorite God video talks. Fantastic.
Yeah, totally. That was great. That beginning when just talking about, you know, the word, and we use the word and then we've created this label. And everybody's got their own, you know, idea about what that word represents, right? So he's fundamentally just, you know, stripping it away, saying that he doesn't like to use that word, right? Because it does in a way, and obscures, you know, the reality of what's going on. So he says, you know, you just got to believe in what the Guru is teaching as an experience, an internal experience of enlightenment, and actually what's happening. So it reminded me very similar, you know, to what the Buddha is teaching, right? Not placing any labels or definitions and being really clear that, even what he said about, you know, don't believe in anything I'm saying, you know, you got to hold it as, oh, I heard about this, so now I need to investigate for myself, right? Because, these enlightened beings, you know, they've transcended the dualistic perception of the ego, and they see the non-duality, the oneness, right? So how he says he likes the word universe more because it's, you know, it's clear that, okay, there is something, you know, in our objective experience, but we can only realize, you know, the truth of how that is manifesting by, you know, going within, right? So, yeah, great. So
I loved it. I love how he emphasizes that it's everybody, you know, connects through a different word to that, to the absolute. And if it's God for you, that's great. For him, it's universe. For me, I don't know, many words. But it's so important to understand that. And with which word, you know, what word actually triggers this expansion, you know, this mind that becomes so vast and spacious and relaxed, not uptight, holding to one thing and this is the way and you can't express it this way. No, but what makes it spacious, what makes it really relaxed and free in a way. And then, you know, you keep going. Oh, this video was so good.
Yeah, for me, I like the word infinite field of consciousness. Just for me, really helps to kind of understand, you know, what's happening, how things are manifesting, and everything is energy because, so my interpretation is that, you know, consciousness is an active energy. It's not just, you know, a perceiving, you know, force. It's a power that, you know, is energy, and it's manifesting at all forms. It's like every single one of our atoms and protons and electrons, and it's just vibrating energies right down to the quarks, right? So the tiniest building blocks of physical matter, you know, when they're under observation, you know, they're a particle, and then when they're not under observation, they're a wave. And I'm not even sure if I understand that correctly, but it sounds like vibrating energy to me. So consciousness is, you know, the energy. And then, of course, you can expand that to, so I like the word universe as well, right? So universe, everything within this field of consciousness, it's manifesting from one source. So yeah, God, the word God is, it's limited in the sense that we all have so many different definitions depending on, the heritage, culture, tradition, religion, and the spiritual master that brought forth and tried to define what that word means. But ultimately, just investigating, the different teachers and the different religions up to this point, it seems like the enlightened beings were all talking about the same thing, the oneness, right? But we have this word. So in my mind, I can use the word God for the everythingness, the manifestation, the continuation, the dependent origination, right? The manifestation of allness, that is God. But at the same time, I'm open to the possibility, that God can manifest as form and then be represented as that, like Krishna, for example. So, and then, so anybody studying that and being, attached to a personal God has to know that, okay, well, that personality, has a mind, and that mind is, that's the Godhead manifesting as everything in existence. So you can think of transcendent, but if you think of God only as transcendent, being out there and beyond creation, then that actually limits God. God being unlimited, that's why I like David Hawkins' definition: omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient, transcendent, and immanent. Everything is God. So sounds like that's what the enlightened beings are saying, and that sounds like
what you were saying, and everything is sacred.
Yeah. So it's truly, truly a wonderful time to be a spiritual seeker on the planet right now, because we have access to so much information, and then hold it in mind, and then really, investigate for ourselves, and then seek to understand what's happening, what's going on, right? So, yeah.
Let us know what word you connect to most. Is it God or universe? What else? Allness. What else?
The oneness.
Infinite field of consciousness. The absolute. The source.
Brahman, Vishnu, Shiva, Krishna, Allah, God the Father. The allness. So
beautiful. That was a great surprise. We didn't know what to expect.
We look forward. We're gonna watch more of him again. Yeah, we actually went to a Sikh temple when we were in India, in Delhi, and had a great time.
Yeah,
they were so accommodating and so friendly, and we had to put our head thing on. What is it called? I don't know if it's a.
Yeah, it was orange, something on the head. And then we were brought to the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know how it came
was incredible.
to that, but the kitchen was huge, massive, because they feed so many people every day for free. It was...
It was amazing, They were feeding like 500 people at a time. People would eat, and then they would leave, and then they would bring in the next 500 people. And then the next, and then the next, and then he said, there was 4 waves, and they just kept feeding everybody until everybody was fed. So,
beautiful.
The Sikhs are incredible. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining us for this wonderful video. If you enjoyed it as much as we did, please hit that like button. Remember to subscribe. It really, really helps the channel. Let us know what you think down in the comments. And remember, raise yourself.
And raise the world. Thank you so much, everyone. And a very special thank you to all our amazing members. We love you.
Peace.